Ahoy! Hello everyone. I'm Neelam and right now I want to talk about this artwork I made a year ago called Favonius Summer Break. It's one of the most challenging artwork I've ever made given the composition full of people and food, and I think it'd be interesting if I talk about the process of doing it, the difficulties I faced, and the things I'd like about this work. So let's dig in. The first thing most artists always do is, of course, rough sketching the whole canvas. Sketching the whole composition of the artwork helps me a lot as a base before doing the detailed things. My sketches are as messy as my hair in the morning, but as long as I get what's inside the canvas, I'll just go on with it. The point of rough sketching is to figure out the big idea of the artwork. As long as you have a clue about every position of the characters and objects, it doesn't have to be detailed. The next one is still sketching. I do the usual stickman and then make it into a blockman, adding volume and figuring out what type of body to draw. It's still not detailed enough to draw clothing line art on top of it, but at least it has become a more proportionally correct sketch. It can help me figure out how to draw the clothing on top of the character's body, kinda like when you're dressing up your Barbie doll. After that, it's time to get into the details and coloring. Usually, I do a detailed sketch of everything and then do a line art of everything on top of it, but this time I will color one by one since there are so many characters. When it comes to doing line art, I have to zoom really close to the objects, especially when the characters have intricate, super detailed designs. I mean, Genshin characters are always like that. Outlining is a matter of patience and perseverance. Sometimes I also take a break to stretch my body and get some food. I mean, I'm a human after all. Line art takes a relatively longer time compared to coloring, but it's kinda satisfying and relaxing. My tip when doing line art is to never treat it as a chore, but more like a slow, relaxing process so you won't feel tired when doing it. Finally, it's coloring time. I start with Amber since she's in the front of the view, and my workflow is always base colors and shading per part, but most people usually add base colors to everything and then shading everything at once too. I think any workflow is okay as long as you're comfy with it. As for Amber, her design is actually pretty simple and easy to follow, so it's not really that big of a deal when it comes to detailing. The others have beautiful and intricate design, such as Eula, Kea, and Jean's summer outfit, so it was hard to figure out when sketching phase, but I did it anyways. The reason why I chose the Knights of Avonius as the characters in this illustration was because it was for a summer art competition, and at that time, which is 2021, Inazuma and Sumeru hadn't come out yet. The Golden Archipelago event is more focused on Mondstadt characters, especially Jean and Barbara getting their new skins. So I think it'll be just focusing on this group, I guess. My favorite characters of Knights of Favonius is Jean, Eula, and Albedo. I'm always down to those strong woman types, and for Albedo, it's because I saw a super beautiful fan art of him on Twitter. The rest of the group is okay. As for the Traveler, I choose Lumin over either. Not that he's bad, I think Lumin has a more interesting design to me at least, and since she is a female, I kinda relate to her. Now that Dendro is out, Dendro Traveler is a formidable support unit, and I've been building my Lumin so I can go on exploration with her. It kind of feels like you're playing in an adventure game when you play with the Traveler, so it kind of adds to the fun. For the food picks, I specifically picked Mondstadt food, especially Knights of Avonius member specialty. There's Jean's mushroom pizza, deluxe up, Eula's dish, and many more. I added Razor's hash brown too, but he wasn't there because I didn't want to draw too much people. I was thinking it was Lisa that brought Razor's dish since she's his guardian and teacher after all. The last part is, of course, adding background, lighting, effects, and shadow. Some people who use grayscale technique do this part early in the process and then add more later, but I just want to add it on the last phase instead. Any methods are fine as long as the results are good, I guess. There's no such thing as the best way to make an artwork because any methods are good. You just have to see it for yourself and try. And I usually use overlay mode and pick suitable colors to represent the vibe. For the shadow, I use multiply or color burn mode. Yeah, well, I try out different layer modes just to see what comes out. Maybe it's good or bad. I don't know, let's just try it out and see. Finally, it's done. When you watch it, it might be just a 10-minute sped up drawing video, but in truth, it was a 3-day process including eating, resting, and studying. It took a lot of time, but I was satisfied on how it came to be. And as for the competition, I didn't win, but it's a meaningful journey and learning experience for me. And I hope it's the same way for you too. See you in the next one, and bye bye.